If I had zero project management experience and I needed to build from the ground up today, this is what I would do. I get this scenario all the time. People want to transition into project management, but they do not have the years of experience that is sometimes required to get into the industry. You see, the thing here is that it's not really about your title, it's about what you bring to the table. So, what counts as project management experience? According to the PMP, it's time spent leading and directing projects through all five PMI process groups: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and control and closing. So that's the PMI definition. The issue most people have is that they say a job listing, and in that job listing, it says you need to have 3 years of project management experience, 5 years of project management experience. But that is only a guide. So even the PMI website will tell you that you don't need to have the title project manager to be able to demonstrate project management experience. So therefore, what is acceptable project management experience? If you can show ownership, show initiative, right? Deliver results, solve problems, and manage people. Those are the core competencies that they need. So the question here is, how can I show that I have those core competencies? Do I have to have the title of project manager? Do I have to have worked in a project setting? Not necessarily. Let's dive into it. I want to talk about the 4 competencies that are really core to project management. Okay, there are other competencies, but they all kind of relate to these 4. The first is ownership. What is ownership? What does ownership mean? It's your ability to take charge and not waiting for permission, right? That's how you take ownership. You don't see a problem and sit on your hands. You say, how can I solve this? If I can't solve it, who can I go to? You're taking initiative. You're not making it somebody else's problem. Right, even if it is handing it over to somebody else to deal with because it is not your area of expertise, at least you're moving it along the way. So taking ownership is really important in project management. The next competency I want to kind of dive into is delivery, being delivery focused. Now, what does that mean? It means following through and finishing strong. In a nutshell, projects are constrained by 4 elements: the time, the cost, the scope, and the quality, right? So when you are delivery focused, you are focused on making sure that you deliver within those constraints or within the tolerance of those constraints. What do I mean? Your project was to deliver a new website by November the 31st. You're in June, you've started it. What your aim is to make sure that you deliver that website by that date in November without spending more money than you have been given, without passing that date, and to the quality that has been prescribed to you. Now, does it mean that you might not overshoot your time or that you might not overshoot your budget? Sometimes that happens, but there's a tolerance which has to be agreed by all the stakeholders before that can happen. So that is delivery focus. So to be able to achieve that within all of the constraints, you need to be able to manage the delivery, organize and plan, and make sure that all your stakeholders are aligned to the vision and aligned to the finish line. Part of making sure that they're aligned to the finish line is understanding what the finish line is and what the MVP is. What is the minimum viable product? What is the least? If everything else fails, what must we have in place on day one? Right? You need to make sure that all stakeholders are aligned to that vision, and you need to keep making them align or making sure that they align, because you're dealing with people. People have their own agendas. People have their own ideas of how to deliver things. So you need to help them to stay on track, especially when problems arise as well. Now, the next competency is problem solving. What does that mean? It's staying calm and finding solutions. That's not just, you don't escalate just at the top of your head. No, you stay calm and look through a problem and walk through a solution. Now, finding that solution doesn't mean that you have to find the solution on your own. It might be getting the right technical team, getting the right subject matter experts in a room to brainstorm a solution together, but you taking ownership, bringing them together to find a solution. You are not the one as a project manager to lose your cool. You need to stay calm and problem solve together. Now, the next competency that is really critical, and I think is one of the most important competencies, is stakeholder management. That's one of the competencies that AI is definitely not going to take away from you. Your ability to manage people, to manage your stakeholders, right? What does that mean? It is keeping people aligned through communication. You're dealing with so many different people, different agendas, different ways of working, different opinions. So your job as a project manager is to keep everybody aligned, communicate with everyone, make sure that the vision is still clear and the finish line is still where everyone is going to. Now, you have to do that in different ways for different stakeholders according to your power interest matrix. I'm not going to go into that, but the power interest matrix will tell you the stakeholders that need to be kept informed more than another, depending on their interest level, right? So you have to keep them informed, and you have to understand how you keep them informed. Some people will just need an email. Some people need to be part of meetings, regular meetings. That's where your RACI matrix comes in. But we're not talking about all of that in this particular video, right? So stakeholder management is managing people and your ability to manage people and communicate with them and keep them aligned to the vision. That means you need to be able to show empathy, but also be able to give direction, and it also means you will need to learn how to manage conflicts as well within an organization. Those are the critical competencies. There are other competencies like planning and organizing, conflict resolution as well, but I feel that they kind of all intertwine with these four main competencies that I've outlined. Now, if as I talked about these competencies, any of them resonated with you or something that you're already doing in your role, let me know what that competency was and how you've used it in your role already. There's some of you listening to me now that you think you have these core competencies already, but you are not quite sure how to articulate them. Now, in our project management break-in kit, we have given you a whole process of how to identify all of these skills and experiences you have step by step. It's somewhere below or somewhere around in the description. You can click on it and grab your copy. There's a promo going on now. Now, if you don't want the kit, you can go to LinkedIn Explorer and type in your current role. If you type in your current role, it will articulate the skills that you already have and outline the natural other roles and job titles that the skills you have in your present role fit into. In the kit we are providing, we have shown you many other ways of doing the same task to help you as well along the way. And we provide you some AI prompts as well to help you. So you may be asking, how about the tools and the certifications? They are both important, but you start with you focus on one certification and then work on experience in parallel. That's the key, right? Tools are there to help you do your job more efficiently and faster, right? But tools do not make you a project manager. So don't focus on just knowing the tools. You need to have the experiences that I have spoken about and the competencies that I have listed prior to now. Getting into project management, there are many ways to start building that experience. You can build the experience in your current role. So you're in an organization, volunteer to be part of any project that is going on, right? Your team might be upgrading some software. Volunteer to be part of that process. They may be moving to a new office. Volunteer to be part of the people making that happen. You can be the representative for your department, for instance. It starts from there. Show ownership and deliver from end to end. If you can't do it in your organization, volunteer to do the same thing in your church, in your club, in any of your communities. You volunteer and you do exactly the same thing. Okay, that's how you start building the experience. Keep track of your wins. What initiative did you start? What did you deliver? What were the results? What problem did you have to solve? Who you helped? And what changed? It's really important. If you want to volunteer in a community and you don't know where to start, in our program we've listed a lot of voluntary organizations that need help. But really, Google is your friend. Just ask a question in Google and you will find where you can voluntary opportunities and internship opportunities as well. You can also go for a boot camp or an internship as well to build that experience. Okay, so one of the other things I see very often is that people are unable to articulate, even if they can articulate their skills in their CV, AI helping us now, and you can articulate it in a CV. Sometimes you don't even recognize what's on that CV. You can't defend what is on your CV because you do not have the experience to go with it. Okay, so when you're going for interviews, you cannot defend it. Now, if you're in the category of people that actually have that experience, but you're unable to articulate it, we in that in our program, the Project Management Break-In Kit, we have also given you a complete masterclass on how to nail your next project management interview, how to answer the interview questions correctly. And we've even given you examples, questions and answers of how to answer those questions accurately. If you are in a place where you know you need more experience or you think you need more experience, one of the things you need to start doing is tracking the experience that you do have and the experiences that you are gaining along the way. For that, you can use a brag sheet. It's an Excel sheet that allows you to track experience. You write it down, you explain what you did, how you did it, what results you got, and many more things. Because if you keep a track of it, it does two things for you. It gives you a bank to look at before your next interview, so you can have many examples to use when you go for your project management interview. And two, it gives you confidence when you look at your bank of experiences, the things you've done. You're not, oh, I did that, oh, I've forgotten I did those things. But it gives you confidence when you go and you're saying, I know how to do this. You boldly can say it because you've been tracking it and it's easier for you to remember. So again, if you want to get our kit, our PM Break-In Kit, it's in the description below, and go ahead and grab your copy. Now, I'll leave you with this final tip. One of the easiest and fastest ways to get into project management is to start from the industry that you're already in, an industry that you're already familiar with, because your learning curve will be shorter. You already understand the lingo in that industry, and people will be able to trust you faster because you're able to speak their language faster. So sometimes if you're trying to get in for the first time, start from what you know, what you're comfortable with, before you diversify into other areas. So in summary, if you can show that you have led a project from start to finish, you have solved problems, you have managed people along the way, and delivered real results, that's project management, and that's where you start from. If you keep on finding opportunities to do these things in whatever industry you have chosen to go into, that is how you get the experience that you put on your CV and you use to start looking for work. If you want a deeper run through how to get this done, or you want to have the prompts that I use to help you do it faster with AI, our project management break-in kit is available right now for sale. You can just go into the link in the description below, get it, and get started. I'll see you in the next video.